Today is Tuesday. It is the 17th of March. This is Here First from Iowa Public Radio. I'm Michael Leland. A proposed tax increase on HMO health insurance plans has been approved by committees in the House and Senate in Iowa. IPR's Katerina Sestarik has more.
Governor Kim Reynolds has proposed temporarily changing the tax on HMOs from a little over 0.9% to 3.5%. The state would use that revenue to help fill a Medicaid budget gap. Republican Representative Gary Moore of Bettendorf says it's only fair to raise taxes on insurance companies.
Why should the taxpayers of Iowa have to fund the full freight of the $600 million shortfall when insurance companies make profits at this, and they ought to be at the table making a contribution to this as well.
Democrats on the House Appropriations Committee opposed the bill, saying the tax hike would get passed on to Iowans in the form of higher health insurance costs. They say lawmakers should try to make health care more affordable instead. I'm Katerina Sestarik, IPR News.
Iowa school districts would no longer be able to reject partnering with community-based preschool program providers, even if they're faith-based. That's under a bill advanced by a House subcommittee. The proposal also limits state and local government from regulating the programs. Providers, including religious ones, would not have to modify their educational programs to get state funding. Supporters say it'll expand preschool options for families and protect the religious liberty of faith-based providers. Michelle Johnson is with the Iowa Association of School Boards and opposes the bill. She says it forces school districts to partner with providers rather than working collaboratively with them.
Most of our districts are in agreement with their providers. If there maybe is some issues, hopefully it can be worked out at the local level rather than making legislation.
She says providers should have the same regulations as other state preschool programs. Waterloo City Council is weighing possible funding cuts to its local museums. IPR's James Kelly reports officials at the Grout Museum District are asking for continued funding and raising concerns about the potential effect of cuts.
City officials say the council will discuss cutting the Grout Museum District's funding by roughly $300,000, around 20% of its budget. Margaret Moy is the executive director of the district. She says it's because of state property tax legislation passed in 2023 that consolidated several local levies, including the one funding the museum district.
I respect that the legislation put the city in a very difficult place. It capped growth areas. It changed how city can collect different funds. But the simple fact is that the voters of Waterloo approved this levy because they recognize our value.
Moy says she is urging members of the community to make their voices heard at the council's budget hearing on March 30th. I'm James Kelly, IPR News.
5 Republicans and 1 Democrat have turned in enough signatures to get on the ballot for governor this year. Secretary of State's office released the final list yesterday. Eddie Andrews, Randy Feenstra, Zach Lane, Brad Sherman, and Adam Steen will be on the Republican primary ballot. Rob Sand is the only candidate who will appear on the Democratic primary ballot. Forecast for Des Moines today shows light snow is possible and it won't get above freezing, but the St. Patrick's Day Parade is on. Jerry Grady has organized the parade for more than 3 decades as a member of the Central Iowa chapter of the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick.
We've got about 60 entries who are planning on rolling down the streets of Des Moines. Through the years, we have rolled in freezing rain, rainstorms, snowstorms. It doesn't matter. We're all crazy Irishmen. We go no matter what.
The parade steps off at noon today. It runs along Grant Avenue from the river to 7th Street. This is Here First from Iowa Public Radio. I'm Michael Leland. Have a great day.